Hi everyone. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to do rib. Now I've started already and this is what we're trying to achieve. So as I go I will show you what we're doing. Now our first stitch on here is a knit stitch. So if you'd just like to have a close look, when you see a V like that, it's a knit stitch. When you see a bobble going across like that, that is a purl stitch. All right, so a V is a knit and a bobble is a purl. So we're going to go across and we're going to do our first knit stitch. Now to go from a knit to a purl, we must make sure that our yarn goes under the needle, then come up and purl. And then you stop, you take the yarn back under because you need your yarn in the back to do a knit stitch. Then we're going to go back under the needle so your wool is in the front to do your purl stitch. Now it might be easy too to just start with is to hold the fabric on your right hand needle in between your thumb and your index finger, just like that, so it holds and you don't have to hold the needle. So you're going to go back under the needle to do your knit stitch. So my next stitch is a bobble, so we're going to purl it. So we must bring the wool back to the front, around and stop, and then we've got to do a knit stitch, so we go back under and knit. Alright, so back under, purl, back under and knit. Just go to the end of the row. There we go. The last one is a knit stitch. Okay, so when I turn my work, that's what it's looking like. Okay, that's what rib is. So you're going to have, remembering looking at it, if you see the V and flat, it's a knit stitch. So, and if you see the bobble, it's a purl stitch. So it's really important that you follow. So when you turn your yarn or your wool around, you are going to make sure that you have got the bobble going that way and the knitting going that way. So our first stitch on this side is a purl, then a knit. Rightio, so I'll just take you through a couple more stitches at the beginning. So we're going to purl, making sure our wool is in the front of the needle. It's still in the front, going around, back through and off. And then it's a knit, so we've got to have our wool at the back and knit. Wool back in the front for a purl. And then at the back for a knit. Alright, so I hope you enjoy that. Purling is a beautiful stitch, especially when you're coming to do beanies. And so here's one before that I've done. And there's your ribbing on the beanie. Now, just one other little tip before I go is when I am doing a beanie, I hope this isn't going to be too fast for you. Instead of going that way into the beanie, which has a nice flat look, I go into the back of that knit stitch and do exactly the same, coming through. But what's happening is it's crossing that stitch over that makes it firm. So the purl stitch stays the same. And back under to do the knit. It's only the knit stitch. So I'm going to go into the back of that stitch, knit it, come back through, and it crosses over. Alright, see how they've crossed over on the angle compared to being flat. So I'll just do one more. purl knit, and I'm going to go into the back of that stitch, and it holds the ribbing on your beanies and on the cuffs of your garments a lot better, where if you just left it like that, it stretches a bit more. But if you do them like that, how it holds it, where if it's like that, see how it stretches the stitch right open. All right, but that one doesn't. It holds it together because I've knitted through the back. And you only do that on the knit stitch only on both sides. All right, so have fun, and I'll catch up with you next time. Bye.